Well, you know what? I ain't even gonna say all that. Mike, what you gotta get off your chest, man?
Don't start, Kev. It ain't funny.
well, well, let's go ahead and get the things out the way right now. As you already know, your boy Six Man K Styles, Mad Mike Sports here. You on the Heavy Hitters Live channel, and we are coming into this highly disappointed game. As you already know, the Atlanta Falcons were defeated by the Chicago Bears 37-17. Now, my partner in crime over here said he had to get some stuff off his chest. So, my brother, the floor is yours.
So you can hear me well right now because I wanna be sure.
Yeah, I can hear you.
This is the absolute worst fucking quarterback play I have ever seen in my fucking life. I've never seen a quarterback miss guys standing right in front of him. These guys were standing right in fucking front of him. How do you miss 17 guys all fucking game standing right in fucking front of you? These guys are wide open. How in the fuck do you miss? It's not even the fact that you lose, but to have such horrendous quarterback play when this guy is throwing the ball 15 yards in the damn air. Guys are not 7'12". They're not 8'9". They're not 10 feet tall. And this dude missed what? The most frustrating part about being just watching quarterback for me is when you're not the worst part about this is you had good time. You had time in the freaking pocket. And you still miss guys wide open right in front of you. You're standing right in front of. I counted at least 10 times this game, at the very least 10 times in this game where guys were wide open and this dude overthrew. Had time to run, but he stood in the pocket, 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 still in the pocket, and then didn't fucking move. You just stood there and allowed the pressure to come. Didn't step up, didn't go to the side. He just stood there. This is some of the worst quarterback play I have ever seen in my fucking life. This was beyond rookie. And I told you guys, do not be surprised we see Desmond Ritter. I said that last week. This probably wasn't the last time, especially what we saw last week, won't be the last time you see Desmond Ritter. Then tweeted out today, yeah, Taylor Heineke I don't know. I have not seen quarterback play this bad. I've never seen quarterback play this bad from Atlanta Falcon play. I don't even remember seeing this bad of play from Joey Harrington. I don't remember seeing a washed up, beat up Byron Leftwich. This was so fucking bad as a quarterback. You're missing wide open guys. Bro, this was garbage. And for a guy, he needs to take his ass to the UFL because today this was one of the worst. This ain't even a fucking performance. It's not even a fucking performance. Now, I granted that the defense didn't step up the way that we thought. You know what I'm saying? They didn't apply the proper pressure that we expected. But to have this game goes away, and we had plenty of opportunities. And this is the crazy part. Bijan, Tyler, those guys played pretty good. The wide receivers were getting open. You missed Scotty Miller walking down. He was literally, he could have walked, did the Michael Jackson moonwalk. He could have stripped butt naked and showed his ass like Randy Moss. Completely showed his ass on the field, and this dude just completely missed him. How in the bloody hell do you miss? I counted 5 times in that series in the fourth quarter where guys were standing right in front of him, wide the fuck open, and he just sat there and 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 did not pull the fucking trigger. You can't. At the end of the day, I say this all the time. We can sit up here and blame this on Arthur Smith all you want to, but to see quarterbacks not pull the trigger, like Desmond Ridder today, look, I don't know what. Look, Jesus must love him. This man must be the fucking. Look, I'm telling y'all right now, Desmond Ridder is Jesus. Because this motherfucker get more chances than I have ever seen in my damn life. Jesus love me. Look, y'all heard that song? Yes, Jesus loves me. Desmond Ridder can say this shit with a fucking smile because of what the fuck we saw out of Taylor Heineke. This motherfucker literally standing right in fucking front of you, and you missed a wide open. You Falcons had an easy touchdown with Scotty Miller, and this motherfucker didn't even throw it. Looking, how do you miss 10 guys wide the fuck open? Just try to understand why I'm so upset. These guys are wide open. No quarterback. If you third or fourth string, you should not miss that. That's how bad this was of a quarterback performance. These guys were wide open. Wide receivers were getting open, and he did not. The thing is, he didn't even pull the damn trigger. He sat there and just patted the ball, step, patted the ball, step. Motherfucker, this ain't Dancing with the Stars. Throw the goddamn ball. How many times are you going to look at a receiver running open and then when he did release the ball, he out here throwing goddamn ball like it's fucking Shaquille O'Neal or Victor Wembanyama or some shit. Motherfucker, they 7'12" to be able to catch that bullshit you throwing in the damn air. This was one of the worst. I'm telling y'all right now. And look, y'all can throw all that emotion out. This is one of the worst quarterback performance I have ever seen. It's so bad. How can you miss guys that are wide open, standing right in front of you? These guys are playing a quarters coverage, and these guys are wide open, and you're not even throwing them the ball. I would much rather for a quarterback to miss and be inaccurate than to look at guys standing right in front of you and don't even pull the freaking trigger. It's that bad. It's the worst shit I have ever seen. And like I said, everybody can say whatever the fuck they want to say about Arthur Smith, and maybe he made a horrible mistake going to Taylor Heineke. I can't look. But today, he need to be cut like now. He don't even bring this motherfucker nowhere near the last game, okay? But he don't even need to be in the last game. This shit was atrocious. I'm talking about the biggest fucking atrocious. Look, capital A, every goddamn thing, okay? Capital A to the S. It was the worst shit I have ever seen. I have never seen a quarterback so bad. This was disgusting. And it wasn't just Scotty. It's Van. It's Kyle. It's everybody was wide open, and he wasn't even. I don't even know what he was thinking. It's so bad. And I'm not giving the defense a pass. But today the quarterback play was just inexcusable today. It was just like you cannot excuse this. It was that damn bad. And now what you've done with this Atlanta Falcons team, you don't have a choice now but to go after a quarterback. The Falcons cannot afford to keep that first round to go after defensive lineman because of what the fuck we just saw today. They don't have a fucking choice. They have to go after a quarterback, whether it's their first pick or in the free agency. They don't have a choice. Today was not a good day. Okay, Ice Cube, you hear me, motherfucker? I love your song, but today was not a good fucking day. This was some bullshit. And this is the worst Bruh, I swear to God, man, I've seen bad quarterbacks, but I have never seen a quarterback miss easy throws when guys are standing right in front of you. And the most disappointing thing is these guys are wide open. They daring you to throw it to them. And Marquise, you can suck the biggest fucking left elephant nut. This ain't nothing about being that. We're talking about quarterback play, and this is what we've seen all around the league. This is why Tom Brady said what he said. This is a quarterback issue around the league. This is not just solely Desmond Ritter. This is not solely Taylor Heineke. This is around the league where we're seeing quarterback play is just so bad. It's like I don't know what they teaching these guys. As a matter of fact, I do know what they teaching. They teaching them to look for the deep ball and forget everything that's underneath. Because that's the only way you can explain what we saw for Taylor Heineke. Guys in the middle of the field, these guys wide open. They're not even thinking about throwing the ball and checking the ball down. So, Jew, Kev, thank you for letting me go off because, like I said, the thing is, too, like I said, I don't want to take the defense out because the defense, they did not show up whatsoever. They didn't show up. They got no, like in the first half of the game, it's just, look, it was just like, yeah, it's snowing. I don't think I want to play today. All right. And like I said, I already know what Jew was going with this, but when it comes down to coaching, you know, he's going to have to, like, Arthur Smith is going to hear for this. And today, from what we saw for Taylor Heineke, man, like, you got one debacle with Desmond Ritter, but in my opinion, he gets a pass for that because he's young. There's no excuse for what we saw from Taylor Heineke. This Taylor Heineke pretty much put the nail in the coffin if you were to say that if you were to say that Arthur Smith was going to get fired, because it was that bad. Because if this guy is so much better than Desmond Ritter, and that's what we saw today, how can we trust your judgment when it comes to the quarterback position anymore? This is why. This was God. Look, this is God level awful. Look, if Zeus, if you hear me right now, Thunder God, all y'all, okay? Thunder God, Poseidon, Hades, like all y'all motherfuckers, like, look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for my Atlanta Falcons. Can you forgive me? Whatever we did, okay? If we threw away our prescription to Disney Channel so we can watch y'all son, and his movies. Look, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, I apologize. We don't deserve this shit. Okay, we don't deserve this shit. Okay, I will get a girl to do a $5 holler for you. Okay.
Man,
if you want the crop top,
I know you ain't pimping no female to Jesus.
Look, I ain't gonna do it. So I'll pay a motherfucker to do it because I ain't gonna do it. Okay? I ain't gonna do it. Please, Poseidon. Look, if y'all want the $5 holler, I'll pay for it for you. Okay? We don't deserve this.
This boy over here is pimping to the gods. This is crazy. Yeah. See, y'all have drove this man insane. But let's get into
I hate bad quarterback play. Y'all know how much I hate bad quarterback play. I really hate it.
you pimping hoes to the guys before the New Year's, bro. We can't be doing that, man. But we got a
Look,
couple super chats. Oh, let's get these super chats out the way first, man. Hold on. So we got a couple of Terry Lawrence. I thought Tyler Heineke was our best option. Yeah, I guess not. And Maurice Martin said we need to coach offensive coordinator. I can't defend Arthur Smith anymore. Get rid of his ass. Who do you get as a coach and coordinator?
Look, somebody need to be sacrificed. That's all I'm saying. Look, I don't give a damn who it is at this point. Somebody need to be sacrificed.
So Jew, what you got, man? Jew, what you got? I know you teething right now. I know you.
I'm gonna start like what K always say. Well. I told y'all a couple weeks ago about Arthur Smith, the same issues. I'm gonna start with Arthur Smith because it started from the head and it rolled down, and I'm gonna get into why we lost this game. But it starts with Arthur Smith. Everything starts with Arthur Smith. You the head man in this game. Tyler Algier didn't even have 10 carries, I don't believe. Tyler Algier catches a 75-yard screen pass, takes it to the house. You go 3 straight drives to end the half. He don't even see the field. That's coaching. I keep talking about it. That's coaching. And that's what pisses me off when it comes to Arthur Smith. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of – see, this is my problem I have with Arthur Smith. You have no identity. As Mike just said, he ended it with what I was going to start with, what I'm starting with. He said, I can't trust you anymore. You told me that Taylor Heineke was the answer. I've been hearing it all week. I did my post-game show last week, and I stated Taylor Heineke easily could have threw 2 interceptions last week. They dropped them. That didn't happen this week. Those guys, and they did drop a couple in this game, and he still threw 3 or 4 picks. This is my issue. I've been stating this from the beginning. I seen this midway through the season when they first benched Desmond Ridder. I said, this is not a Desmond Ridder issue. Yes, Desmond Ridder is turning the ball over, but it's the team as a whole is turning the ball over. We had Bijan Robinson fumbling the ball. You had Taylor Heineke throwing picks. You had Ridder throwing picks. You have guys not capitalizing, making mistakes in crucial moments. But it all goes back to coaching. He was just talking about quarterback play. That's what coaching. Like he said, what are they coaching these guys to do? They're not coaching these guys to do the fundamental things, taking the check downs when it's not there. Don't force the ball down the field. That's my problem that I have with Arthur Smith is you're going away from what made you great. What made you great in Tennessee was the physicality in the trenches. And if you turn this football game on today, the Bears were a more physical team. That's the problem that I have with this game. I'm not going to even get into necessarily just the play calling, but it's bread is butter on the offensive side of the ball. You're an offensive coach. They called you an offensive guru coming into Atlanta. You got hired because you're one of the best coaches as far as running the football, developing the trenches, being one of those guys that get the ball in the end zone in the red zone. All of these things I'm talking about is what the Falcons either are not doing or we're struggling to do. And really, it's not even that we're struggling because we can run the football. We just neglecting it. We're not doing it. That's my biggest issue with Arthur Smith is you're not doing what you do best, what got you hired. You never go away from what's your bread and butter. And that's what he's done this season. So that's why I continue to point at Arthur Smith. It's like he's about to get fired. He should get fired. At the end of this year, I would fire Arthur Smith. As much as I hate moving on from quarterbacks, when you're 2 or 3 years into it, the reason I would fire him is because I don't see how it gets better from here. How can I trust you to go and pick a quarterback in this draft? How can I trust you to get Russell Wilson or whoever you're going to get? Because to me, this last year, he could have picked this quarterback. Why wait with Desmond Ridder when clearly Desmond Ridder was an experiment? If y'all were going to just experiment with Desmond Ridder, I would have rather them just go ahead last year and went and got a veteran guy or traded for a veteran guy or drafted your guy. Why stick with Desmond Ridder and say, okay, we're going to try this thing out when we clearly seen he never fully committed to Desmond Ridder? Because when you commit to a guy, you give him the full season. Because at this point, this is the problem I had with the jostling back and forth between quarterbacks. Now you see today where it's like you threw Taylor Heineke, you told us that he's the guy. And now you see it in today's game, you see this poor performance. And now it's like, So this is what the best that we have to offer. And then you didn't run the football. Like in this game looks totally different if you run the football. If you come out establishing the trenches. In this game, he came out throwing the ball again. He came out with whoever offense it is, they ever gone, that's horizontal bullcrap. He came giving the ball to Bijan Robinson, trying to make him the highlight and the focal point of this offense when Bijan Robinson, he's not a physical runner. That's not what he does. And that's what this Atlanta Falcons team is. This is what our bread and butter is. It's Tyler Algier, CP. The last 2 years, they established that we're a downhill running team. We rely on this offensive line to beat teams up, and we wear teams down over time. When I watched today's game plan, I didn't see us trying to wear them down. I seen the Bears get out to a lead because we didn't do what we do best. And then when they got out to a lead, it put us behind the chains, and it made us have to throw the ball, which is not Taylor Heineke's strength. So at this point, you're playing to your weakness. Like I knew once they got up by like 14-21, it's like, okay, now we done fed right into their hands. And now Taylor Heineke has to throw the ball, which is not our strength and which is not Arthur Smith's strength. He don't have a playbook where he can just go into the playbook and say, we're going to throw the ball every play. That's not his playbook. His playbook is you come out, you run the ball, you open up play action. You hit the middle of the field. You'll have some deep shots here and there, but mainly it's running the ball and mixing it up. And to me, he got away from that. Whether it was him, whether it was Dave Ragone, when it was the third quarter, it was still like 9 minutes left. We strictly started passing it. We just stopped. We even try to run the ball. That's coaching. So that's why I keep saying, like, that's the frustrating part to me is like, I don't understand his logic of why I'm just going to, okay, we down by 7, we down by 14. I'm just going to scrap the running game altogether. We going to throw. That don't make sense. That's the reason we're seeing the picks. You heard Mike say Taylor Heineke won't stay in the field, so we not seeing the field. And Mike said this a couple weeks ago. He doubles down on stupidity. Oh, we're not hitting none of these open guys, but guess what? We finna throw it some more. That's dumb. If you see your quarterback struggling, get a running back the ball, get some rhythm. And that's what I said a couple weeks ago. He don't understand rhythm. When you see Tyler Algier come with that angry run, 75-yard touchdown, you go right back to that well. You don't go back to Bijan Robinson. That well's empty. You go back to that well that's overflowing with water. He didn't do it. I went right on Twitter and said, this next drive, you better go back to Tyler Algier. You better go back to him. They didn't go back to him the whole first half. That's coaching. That's what and it doesn't make sense. At this point, it's just like he deserved to be fired. He did it, as I said a couple weeks ago. You did it to yourself. I tried to help you. You did it to yourself.
Let me say this. We cannot underestimate how bad that defense was today. Okay. That day was fucking atrocious. It was like they were playing patty cake with the offensive line. This is one of the worst offensive lines in the league, and they got no pressure whatsoever. All right. None whatsoever. It was like they were just like looking at Justin Fields like, look, I think he's gonna run. I think he's gonna run. I think he's gonna run. Is he gonna run? Yeah. No. Yeah. Is he? No. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it was today. There was no pressure whatsoever. So
and I agree with you there too, Mike, on the defense. It's like it was so much bad done on the offense. I can't even get to the defense because the defense was horrible as well. The defense was horrible.
This is why I say this is what it comes down to. This is what it comes down to. When you have bad play, and this is what you were stating, you got to understand what the momentum and what the game is all about. And I really don't. My thing is I don't have a problem with his calls. The thing I have a problem with is you missing wide open. Like these guys, the plays again. These guys are wide open. Yes, Tyler Algier is balling. Bijan, he wasn't too bad, but these guys were wide open, Jew. Wide open. And this is why I'm saying he can't be trusted with the quarterback position because this is who you said he was a better thrower than Desmond. And what I saw today, it's like, bro, like
it's not.
This was the worst. This is the worst. Again, I don't think he's a bad play caller. I don't think he's a bad coach. I think in his head, he's going to get his point across. That's what his biggest issue is. He's gonna get his point across, and he's gonna ride with that particular guy. And that's the thing. Today, what I saw, especially from the quarterback position, he cannot be trusted. So if Arthur Smith is going to stay here, they're gonna look, they're going to fire, they're going to tell him you are no longer in charge of that quarterback position. If he stays, that's the only way he stays. He's going to have to decide. He's going to have to be okay with being the figurehead of this team. Because if today, like I saw from the quarterback, I don't see how Arthur. I don't see what he can say to Arthur Blank, to Terry Fontenot, to Rich McKay, Kyle Smith, all those guys. I don't know what he can say to himself that, like, all right, I know what I'm doing with the quarterback position. Today, he lost all credibility when it comes down to that quarterback position. I still think this Falcons offense can do what they do, but until we get somebody in here that truly understands that quarterback position, that it has to improve. The Falcons are right now in the position they cannot ignore the quarterback position right now. There's no way you can ignore it. You have to either pay money to bring a guy in here and bring a coach, or you have to draft a guy. And to be honest, the easiest thing right now, I'm telling people right now, Kyle Pitts gone, bro. It's too many times that I've seen that he just, like, I don't even know if he want to be on the field.
I,
Like it.
I think I think it's frustration, bro. But I really think at the end of the day, if he does stay, they're gonna have to take play calling away from him and bring somebody in
Yeah.
here that's gonna do what he does best. Because I just don't understand the lack of running the football. That's my biggest issue. It's not that Arthur Smith's a bad play caller. He's not, or he has a bad playbook. He's not. He's this year he's been a bad play caller. He's not a bad play caller. It's like he has good calls, but he don't know when to call those plays. Because I've seen a couple of plays that they highlighted during the Scotty Miller was wide open. That's not on him. But what is on him is you got to understand what you were saying. You got to understand moments. Like, this is a game, it's snowing. Chicago is a physical defense. You have to impose your will on the offensive. You have to let that offensive line of our offensive line establish their aggressiveness against them. And I feel like we didn't do that. That's coaching. You got to understand moments. Like, in this moment, this is not a finesse team you're playing. So you can't play a finesse game, a finesse style against them. And to be honest, we're not playing to our strength if we try to be finesse, because we're not a finesse team. We don't have a quarterback that can come out and win the game on his arm. We don't have that. Desmond Ritter is not that yet. He doesn't process that fast now where he can just say, this game is going to be on you, Desmond Ritter. Go out there and win this
Oh
game on
my
your arm.
God! Why not look at the fucking numbers?
Well,
This man, look, 10 for 29 is worse. Oh my God!
well,
This man 10 for 29, 163 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. I don't know. Look, I honestly, I don't know how he survived. I don't know how he survived saying, I know what I'm doing with that quarterback position. Taylor Heineke was 10 for 29. He missed more than half of his throws. That's a third of his throws he missed. Let me say that again. This is how bad this guy was. He missed over a third of his throws.
let's do the calculation.
That's 2/3 of his throws that he missed. Close to 2/3 of his throws that he missed.
30, and exactly 34%.
34%, bro. That right there, like I said, this is if he survives, he's no longer calling them plays, because what we saw from Taylor Heineke and you bench Desmond Ritter for this shit, I don't know how you can explain to anybody, I know what I'm doing, trust me.
Got a couple more super chats here, man. Let me go ahead and get this. Fred Butt said Arthur Smith is not a head coach. And Mackenzie Mayweather here said the 2024 draft pick, the Atlanta Falcons select Mike Tomlin from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. I'm gonna go off of kind of what you said here. And this is where I got frustrated at. Right after Tyler Algier got that touchdown, he only had one carry after that.
Make that make sense.
He got 5 carries on the game.
Make that make sense.
One carry. Like you said, you're playing in a weather game like this where your physicality is going to have to be your staple. Why? And you know it's snowing out. You just seen Younghoe Koo miss 2 field goals right beforehand. So special teams didn't do their job in itself already.
I don't see how he survived this season. It's just like today was just one of those days. I like looking at Taylor Heineke numbers, man. I just don't see how you survive. I really hate to say that, and I don't believe in just firing guys. I really don't. But it's when you look at these numbers, it's much worse than what it really say. It's much worse than what I saw.
Like I'm looking at this. Okay, Bijan. Okay. We see Taylor Heineke 10 for 29, 163, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, sacked twice. Bijan Robinson 15 carries, 75 yards, 1 fumble loss. Heineke 4 rushes for 46 and a touchdown, and Tyler Algier 5 rushes for 13 yards. Receiving. Tyler Algier led the team in receiving with 1 catch for 75 yards and a touchdown. You got Drake London 4 for 56. Van Jefferson 3 for 19. Michael Pruitt 1 for 14. Bijan 3 for 11. Kyle Pitts 1 for 5. And like I said, and that's why I was most disappointed in was that all phases of the team lost today. All 3 phases lost today.
After yesterday, after last week.
All 3 phases lost today. Like you said, Younghoe Koo missing the 2 field goals. You got DJ Moore running dig route, literally killing AJ Terrell's ass the whole game. You ain't getting no pressure. You got Bud Dupree missing sacks again. You got Richie Grant missing tackles again.
Look, I'm about to throw him in the fucking trash can myself. Okay.
It's like I don't know what happened. I don't know what the mindset was for this, what the game plan was for this week. But if you know you're going into a harsh weather game like this against a team that you know is going to run the football, and they know that they go, like I said, this is a Chicago type game right here. It's snowing.
Hey, I'm gonna let you finish, Kev, but this is everything you saying right now. It's no situational awareness. Everything you saying, and that's my problem with this coaching staff. Go ahead and finish your point, bro. But everything you saying is no situational awareness, common sense.
And like you said, it was almost like the script that should have been there for this game is you kind of went away from it. When you in a weather game like this, Ju said it, you got to be physical. And you have to establish some type of physicality. That way it makes it easier for you to be balanced. And the problem was what happened, Ju? Came out throwing the football. What does that tell the other team?
We soft as tissue paper. We scared of y'all. We finna get bullied. You can have my lunch money. You know what? You want some extra? You want my extra allowance too? That's what we came out there like, bro. They ain't even asked for our lunch money yet. We got the money ready and next week money ready.
Literally just got bent over without them even asking. That's how bad it was. But like you said, just looking on the other look, here's some other thing that was very interesting to me too. Them boys, the offense had 6 first downs almost throughout 3 quarters. It was like 9 or something like that. We had 59 offensive plays to their 72. And I'm gonna be honest with you. and this is the interesting part about it. The Falcons played so bad, Justin Fields about to get a contract in Chicago. How about that?
Hey, I'm actually happy about that, bro. I put on Twitter. We can go ahead and hang that dream up. He played well enough today that we got him a new contract.
Yeah, he was never going anywhere anyway, but he really not going nowhere now.
Exactly. Y'all literally we literally made Chicago. We literally made Chicago's decision for him with this game alone. And now what's gonna end up happening is they gonna probably look for somebody to get one of those picks. We'll see how they go. But we got a couple more super chats to get in right quick. D Comer said, "Damn, if win or lose, if we repeat this performance against New Orleans next week, is that a late season collapse to y'all?"
It's no, I don't look. The team obviously wasn't as good as we thought they were. That's not my point. The thing is, it's the thing that we're doing to ourselves that's frustrating. Myself and Jude, we're doing it to ourselves. The things that should be correctable. Um, and we talking about players. One of the players that's really, I just think he got to go. I just don't see no heart in Kyle Pitts. I just like he just don't even look like he out there to do anything. He doesn't want to block. He doesn't want to run routes. It's just no heart at all. He's just a fucking coward. I'm just gonna be real about that. He's a fucking coward. He doesn't. You don't see him yell, scream. You don't see him hit nobody late. Like he does nothing. He's just out there with a jersey on. The catch passes. So I like honestly, I think if the Falcons were to do anything, the first thing that I'll do, I would trade Kyle Pitts anywhere from a first to a second round pick and get a fourth for him. Just call that because you can get a tight end and you can get a tight end. Like I'm not worried about a tight end. Like you can replace Kyle Pitts as a tight end, despite what a lot of people think. You can replace him. He's replaceable. So I'm getting rid of Pitts right off the bat. And what I saw today from AJ Terrell, he needs to go too. I'm not paying him $20 million. So what I would do with this team right now, I'm trading Kyle Pitts. I'm trading AJ Terrell, and I draft a young corner, and then we just go with Clark Phillips, and we continue to build with the picks that we get. We just build the front because we're seeing right now against Chicago, they calling us and they secondary are not great at all. We was out there floating balls to them. Why? Because they kept getting after the quarterback.
Oh, so, wait a minute. So you was like, float on. Float on.
They look, I mean, I still think that look, Montez Sweat is not a great defense end. We kind of saw that earlier today. I mean, he got a sack, but like if you looking for a guy with that impact, he's not an impact guy. Is he worth it? Did it work out as far as them getting and helping? Like the defense really didn't impress me. The Bears defense didn't impress me at all. I think a lot of the things from us today, we did it to ourselves. I did not really see any pass rush for them, and it was several times where Taylor Heineke was just in the back. He was just dancing. Like I said, he was out there doing the Carlton, man. He was damn moonwalking, spinning, and every damn thing, and they never got to him. So it's like the Bears defense don't scare me at all. Their defense is not very good at all. But we made them look good.
So kind of talking about Kyle Pitts, so are you saying that Matt Ryan actually made Kyle Pitts look better than what he was?
I believe so, man. Matt Ryan had that effect on receivers in its entirety. He did that with Harry Douglas. We've seen that with the contract that he got from Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper went in there and robbed Cleveland, but we've seen that before. Like he robbed these guys. Calvin Ridley don't. I mean, he's He's okay, but is he the receiver that he was when he was with Atlanta? Don't think so. He's still a quality wide receiver, but he's not as much of a threat as he was when he was with Atlanta. So it's like I think Matt Ryan really made
Hold
him
on,
look a
hold on,
lot better than what he is.
hold on, hold on. Let me do this. And we'll float on, okay, yeah. And we'll all float on anyway. Yeah, that's how his
Oh
balls
my
used to
god, man!
go.
I'm
but
I'm I'm
but
getting
but
rid of Kyle. I'm
but
like he one of the first guys I'm trading.
but like you said, the issue that we've seen all year with this team don't know what it wants to be. You got so many cars in the garage, you don't know which one you want to drive.
Kev. I'm glad you said that because do you know on the offense side of the ball, the coaching staff,
What's up?
they don't have a lot of guys that are I think the oldest guy um offensive side of the ball is like Dave Ragone. For the most part, Justin Peel, Nick Perry, Michael Petre, TJ Yates,
Basically,
the
a bunch
offensive
of
line, they got a
yeah.
bunch of young guys that's out there experimenting. There's
Mm.
like the oldest guy I think is Michael Petrie, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me see some.
So
Uh,
basically, a bunch of young coaches that's trying to get their feet wet in the game.
trying to get their feet wet in the game, and like it, you can see it because offensively, um, yeah, offensively, it's just like there's no guys, and I think um, I forget who said that, but somebody was saying like you got to get. Oh, it was Dunn. Dunn was like you got to get somebody over there that knows what he's doing to oversee what he's doing. And like the oldest guy on there, um, and he's a senior assistant, and I don't think he's a special teams guy, and that's Steve Hoffman. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Who?
Mm.
And he's a senior assistant. He doesn't even have a real position there. I think the Falcons just have way too many young guys. They're trying to build like they've gone to this identity that they think well younger is better, and the NFL is just proving that you to be that's some bull crap.
Because the reason why I'm asking that is like I said, how we look at this team, and this is where a lot of the frustrations, what a lot of the fans come into, is that when you're looking at the stuff on paper, because let's be honest, most people didn't think this defense was going to play like it did this year anyway. They thought they was going to get better, but they didn't think they was going to be like this. Now, this is one of them games where they weren't this; they were assed out this game, but like I say, it just goes back to you got too many high priced cars in the garage, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't know which one you gonna drive. And that's been the problem is because when you look at it the offensively is and I always ask to myself is how was it last year that this offense looked more efficient with less talent, and this is how a lot of people are looking at it. Why they look more efficient with less talent last year than they do this year. And I think the issue comes down to, like I said, you got too many cars in the driveway. Um, like you said, we like you said, I'm just disappointed that I didn't get to see enough Tyler Algier in this game. I'm still harping on that because this type of weather game is where you need a back like him. Because even though Bijan averaged about 5 yards to carry on, a lot of his carries, he was jump cutting in the backfield and losing yards and stuff on quite a few carries as well, or he wasn't getting enough on it. But it just comes down, man. We have an identity issue, and the thing about it is, like, rather it be Arthur Smith, rather it be an offensive coordinator, rather it be a quarterback, it don't matter. Like, even when people talk about we need a quarterback, it won't matter until you find out what your team is.
Say that again, Kay, because that's what I keep going back to. What's the root of the problem? If you don't have an identity, It don't matter. None of that matters. That's why everything starts with Arthur Smith. That's my issue. It's like I don't care who you bring in here. I don't care if you go get Patrick Mahomes. If you don't know what type of offense you want to be, it doesn't matter. So like I
Mhm.
heard what he was saying about Kyle Pitts. Like he'll be the first one I get rid of. I would get rid of AJ Terrell. I wouldn't get rid of nobody until I get rid of Arthur Smith. And then the next person that come in here, letting them tell me who they want here. Because to be honest, I really feel like Coach Arthur Smith just doesn't know how to use all these weapons. Like you said, he has all these cards, but I said this early in the season. It's like getting Bijan Robinson was the worst thing that could have happened for the Falcons.
And I
Let's just be
agree.
real.
I agree with that.
Because he went in it's almost like you having a new child and you treat all your other kids like stepchildren. That's basically what he done, bro. It's like Bijan Robinson became his favorite. Like it became his experiment. Let me see how I can make Bijan Robinson the focal point of this offense. When it's like you had already established the identity. So why try to change the whole identity of the team for a player that don't fit your identity? Because that's basically kind of what happened. You got Bijan Robinson here who doesn't run the ball the way the CP and Algier run the ball. So now it's like, okay, well, now we got to throw swing passes. Now we got to do these things to try to make him fit in this offense. And you basically trying to force like a square peg into a round hole. And that's why it didn't work. You see what I'm saying? It's not working.
I'm not excusing anybody who out there loafing. I don't give a damn if look, you ugly stepchild. Look, if I see a motherfucker out here literally loafing on field, that's my thing. It's not even the fact that let's just say that Kyle Pitts isn't getting the right calls. That doesn't matter. That don't matter whatsoever. You cannot look as a football player. Look, if they ask you to block, you got to become the best fucking blocker there is. You didn't hear Dennis Rodman crying because he wasn't getting, plays to get an easy layup call. Like you got to be whatever your coach asks you to do, and we've all coached to a certain extent. You got to be that best blocker. You got to be that best fullback. You got to be that best gunner on special teams. Whatever your job is, Kyle Pitts isn't doing that job. Should Kyle Pitts be blocking for the most part? That's debatable. I'll say hell no, he shouldn't be blocking. He need to be doing this or he need to be doing that. But when I'm asking you as a player, as a coach, look, I need you to do that. Even if it's fucking stupid. You're supposed to do that you're supposed to do that job the best you can. And it just looked like he don't care. Even on the plays when he get the ball, it doesn't look like he's even trying to run routes. That's the thing. He's not snapping it. I don't see him getting happy. I don't see him getting excited. It's like that shit is contagious. The players see that type of stuff. So like at this point, something has to be, whether it's trading Bijan Robinson, trading Kyle Pitts, or even AJ Terrell. A message needs to be sent, or even firing, it needs to be set. I do not want any of my players loafing on offense or defense. And I'm saying that far too many times with him. And it's not everybody. It's not all the players. And I do agree with everybody when they're saying we need to be running the ball and checking the ball down. And we need to be focused on, I think the biggest thing, I think our biggest problem, y'all remember the first year the Falcons were here. The Falcons had one of the offense. Yeah, the offense was efficient, but we were at the bottom of the league when it come down to explosive plays in the passing game. And I think what happened is Arthur got so infatuated with trying to make big plays instead of just running his offense. They're so infatuated with becoming big plays. And I'm gonna be honest, I think that's the Falcons' problem. I don't think it's even an identity issue. I think they're focused so much on the big plays and exciting plays. They didn't even run. They're not even running. They're not even playing football. They so focused on big plays and explosive plays because obviously the fans want to see that type of stuff. And they saying that they're not worried about it, but you can see and just how the offense is being ran is just like y'all trying to, because how can you explain Taylor Heineke missing wide open guys? Because he's looking for that big play.
So basically, what you're saying is they're the 2014 Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, I believe so, man. It's too it's they like it, these. Oh, like you said, all you had to do is just hand the ball off to Tyler, hand the ball off to Bijan, hand the ball off to check the ball down to Kyle Pitts for an 8 yard curl route or in route or out route. Like you don't have to do all this extra bringing. See, the reason why I'm saying this too is because you're saying one player he ain't got no damn business on the field as much as he been messing up, and that's Van Jefferson. Why we bring Van Jefferson in and we already got Scotty Miller and we wasn't fucking using it?
It seemed
That
like
makes
since,
no
it
sense.
seemed like since they brought in Van Jefferson, everything went downhill even worse for
And
the Dolphins.
you haven't seen another guy that we were talking about,
Mac Hollins.
Mac Hollins. They so infatuated with trying to get big plays rather than running your freaking offense. So I think y'all two on that. We're not running our offense. We're running plays for the big play rather than actually playing
So
football.
so we're trying to hit home runs instead of trying to
Mm-hmm.
hit singles and doubles and
Mm-hmm.
trying to manufacture runs the small ball way.
As he said, we not trying to win games. We trying to look cute. And we keep saying, do y'all want to look cute and have players that look cute, or do you want to win games and play your style? The way that Arthur Smith's style is ugly. When he was in Tennessee, ain't nothing cute about Derrick Henry getting 5 yards in a cloud of dust. Ain't nothing cute about that. He's went away from that. He's lost his own identity, and that's why I keep saying, like, my issue, it starts with Arthur Smith. I can't even really, like, I want to get on the players and do this and do that, but it's like I can't even get past the Exhibit A. 1.1 is your coach. You're gonna take on the identity of your coach. So if your coach it has no identity, that's why you're seeing these players. That's why he's talking about Kyle Pitts loafing. I can't really speak on that because I'm like, I know if Kyle Pitts goes somewhere in another system that he's going to succeed if the coach put him in the right position.
Do we really know that, dude? Do we really know that, though?
Hey, I really, this is my personal opinion. I really feel like if you put him in a situation, because I don't feel like, I agree with you when you keep saying that Kyle Pitts isn't a leader. I don't feel like he's a leader. He's a very quiet type guy, but I really feel like what we're missing, and y'all stated this numerous times, Matt Ryan pulled the best out of Kyle Pitts because he could tell him, go 5 yards and do an in cut. Don't go 6 yards, go 5 yards and do an in cut. I'm going to hit you with it. I know how to throw the ball with anticipation. You just run 6 yards, turn around, the ball's going to be there. We don't got a quarterback right now on this team that can tell him to do that. And that has the resume that Matt Ryan has. Matt Ryan he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, so he can tell guys and put guys. Did y'all see the one play where Kyle Pitts and Drake London were like, what route we running? What route we running?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that. That's exactly why I'm saying that. These are things that he should know. He's in his he's in his third year, and he's still asking, what am I supposed to be running in Arthur Smith's offense? His offense ain't changed as far as he is concerned. So look. For one thing, I don't disagree with the idea of you saying, all right, Kyle Pitts may not be a problem. But what I can't excuse, just like I want my players to be alpha dogs, man. I don't want to be telling my wide receiver that you need to be, I need to be pushing you. That should be something that that should be in you already. That should be in you as a player. So you're absolutely right when it comes down to, like, can somebody else? I think a coach like an Andy Reid or somebody like that, they can get the best out of him. But I don't want to get the best out of a player. I don't want to have to push or tell a guy, get on your crap, snap this route, do this. I think that's the thing too, especially when you're talking about having a young quarterback. I don't think Kyle Pitts is what they need, especially when you don't have a quarterback like that. But Matt Ryan can do that because he's Matt Ryan. Drew Brees, those guys can get that. They are that. But when you don't have that, Kyle Pitts is not something that you need.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just feel like we don't have that field general. That's what I'm saying. We don't have that guy.
We don't. Nah. Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on. Let me get this right quick. So that's why we should have traded for Lamar Watson the field. Like I said, go Ritter instead. Let me ask you something. Was the 2022 Atlanta Falcons defense better than the Baltimore Ravens defense? Was it better than the 2021 defenses? Because if I remember correctly, those defenses weren't that good.
Right.
So yeah,
Lamar was never on the block, and look,
he was never on the block anyway. And even if you did, you would actually put him in a worse situation than what he is in Baltimore right now because you will have no defense.
Right.
You basically he'll beat Deshaun Watson when he was with the Texans when he led the league in passing, and they were like 4-12 or whatever their record was. They was trash because they basically had a good quarterback with nothing around them. So at this point, we already seen a Lamar Jackson playing with a bunch of nobodies with the Colts. That's the reason they quarterback hurt.
Right.
Damn,
and that's kind of interesting that everybody that talks about the whole Lamar thing, but they forget that they have one of the best defenses in the league too. Because you bring in Lamar like that, you don't even have enough money to have a defense. So basically, it'd be the 2021 defense with Lamar Jackson running for his life.
So let me ask y'all this, because obviously I don't know. I still don't know if Bijan Robinson was the wrong or right pick. I'ma just let that be because I don't think at that time. So do y'all think we should have went offensive line? Because I think that would have made more sense, to be honest, if we went offensive line rather than.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Bijan Robinson was not the initial pick. From what I've read,
it actually wasn't.
He was the second option.
Yeah, he was the second option, right?
Because apparently
we're supposed to get the tackle.
Paris Johnson. He was supposed to be he was the main guy they wanted, but they didn't think Arizona was gonna get him. See. And like you said, and this is where the whole fan war zone thing going on with this team right now is because now the expectation is because now you added a guy who the NFL is trying to push as a new face of the league on your team. So now the margin for error is so small. Like I said, these guys are overthinking shit.
Say it again, bro, because I'm about to come right behind you with the same points. Come on.
Like I said, Bijan.
Oh God, Arthur said he's not gonna talk. So yeah, that's ain't.
It ain't good.
Arthur Blank said he's not gonna talk. Anytime you hear him say that he's not gonna talk, that's never a good sign. So this could be the end of Arthur Smith. Anytime Arthur Blank doesn't want to talk, yeah, this is not good at all.
You don't need to talk. That paper gonna do the talking.
But no. But he said Lamar Pitts will be lit and probably win the division. No, they told his E division. Our DC is good, so he can make up for lack of talent.
No, that's not true. No defensive coach can make up for the lack of talent. That's bull crap.
That means no Jesse. I know everybody loved Jesse Bates. So that and you know what's very interesting too, nobody talks about is you brought in Lamar Jackson. There's no Jesse Bates. There's no there's no Bijan, and it's a very likely chance there may be no Drake London as well. So you gotta think about that. You gotta look at the whole thing. Because remember, it was 2 first-round picks and $260-something million. And like you said, and where Justin Fields is coming in, where the people talking about we should have got Justin Fields. Think about it. You have a $30 million 5th-year option that you got to be accountable for, and a possible $180 to $200 million contract afterwards, depending on how he play. And you're out of a 2nd, 4th, and a 6th round and a 4th rounder for next year. That's a lot to invest in for a rental.
But back to Mike's question about should we have drafted Bijan? Was that the right pick? Personally, I don't think that Bijan Robinson necessarily was the wrong pick. I think the problem was they tried to mold this offense around Bijan Robinson when you already had the focal point of your offense. All they should have did with Bijan Robinson was just easily slipped him into this and made him a part of the team. Don't try to make him the focal point. And I said this early in the season. It's like I wouldn't even necessarily made him the starting running back. I would have stayed with Tyler Algier as the starting running back. And I would have just said Bijan's gonna get in spots. So third down, here come Bijan Robinson on those swing passes. Second down, I would have been rotating those guys. So I would have kept it like they did early on when they had Bijan Robinson listed at the start of preseason as a third string running back. I would have did the same thing. I would have never listed him as the number one running back on the team. I would have said, you're going to get your yards. He would have still got in to games and would have been in the game plan, but he wouldn't have been the focal point of the offense. Because I would have told him, this is how our offense is already set up. You're just going to be used similar to what I said this numerous times. Kevin Falk with the Patriots. He had a big role on that New England team, but he wasn't the focal point. And that's what I feel like Bijan Robinson. He's a great talent, but he doesn't have to be the focal point. And Mike said this. He's a player in himself. He doesn't need anything drawn up for him. He's a guy you can throw the ball to him in the flats, 5-yard little swing pass. He could take that thing 70 yards because he has that type of ability. My problem with Arthur Smith and David Gone right now is they're trying to make him the focal point. If you look at every start of every game, Bijan Robinson is who they focus on getting the ball to. When it should just be, we're going to do what we did best. Last year, we was smashing everybody with dang on Tyler Algier, one cut downhill. We're going to use him, and then we're going to use, and I kept saying this early in the season, that he should have been the Tony Pollard to Tyler Algier's Zeke Elliott. He should have been the change of pace back. I don't have a problem with him being on this team because he would have scored a lot of touchdowns and still got his yards. But I feel like they trying to force him to be that guy that's going to get 20 touches, force him to be the guy that got to get the ball all the time. And it doesn't have to be that way. You've seen Tyler Algier with one touch took it 75 yards. Bijan Robinson can play the same thing they have in Tyler Algier do. He should be the roles should be reversed. Tyler Algier is a guy who needs multiple carries because he's a guy that builds. As the game goes on, he gets stronger. Bijan don't need a whole bunch of snaps because he's a guy you can put him in for one play and he's going to hit the big home run. He's the home run hitter. He's the Ronald Acuna on this team. Bijan Robinson. The guys that are going to hit those singles and doubles that K-Styles were talking about is the Tyler Algiers. He's a guy that's going to get you a guaranteed 2 to 3 yards every play because he's not going to go backwards. Mm-hmm. So that's my issue. That's my issue when they drafted him. It's like, okay, now we drafted him. He's the franchise guy. Everybody's trying to do everything in their power to justify the pick. And justifying the pick to me is winning games. If we're in the playoffs and we didn't clinch the division right now and Bijan Robinson only had 800 yards on the season rushing and like another 500 yards receiving or 300 yards receiving, we're not even having this discussion. Nobody even cares. To me, with us trying to make him, he's going to get his 1,000 yards. But it doesn't mean anything. He got all of these stats. And what's that mean for the Falcons right now? Arthur Smith on a hot seat. So he might not even be here to see Bijan's full potential. He might not even be here to see his full 4-year contract. Let's be real.
Arthur Blank doesn't put out statements like that. When he doesn't talk, he's not a happy guy.
He embarrassed just like us fans was embarrassed today. You don't embarrass your owner.
Go ahead.
But here's the thing that puts them in a very interesting situation too, and this is the thing we're not thinking about too. Remember, we now saying that they're trying to force Bijan Robinson to kind of be the face of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
If you draft a quarterback, now you take that face of the franchise label off of Bijan and put it on the quarterback. So now Bijan may not be as a big of a role in this offense if what they're going for in this offense as a high explosive offense, and you're bringing a high caliber or a high draft pick quarterback, that diminishes Bijan Robinson's role.
I don't know if it diminishes his role because he's still gonna get the touches, but as far as the face of the franchise, he's no longer that face.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, he's the Alvin Kamara, he's the LaDainian Tomlinson. It doesn't matter if he don't get the rushing attempts, he's going to get the touches out of the backfield because he's a play in itself. So that's why for me, calling plays for Bijan Robinson in the first half or the first quarter doesn't make a lot of sense I get it, but it don't make a lot of sense because if you get Kyle Pitts going, if you get Taylor Heineke and CP Taylor Algier and um those guys going, then Bijan is going to eat just by default because you run him, you use him in the slot, get him one on one with a linebacker or a safety. Like he gonna make that he gonna make a miss. And I think that's the thing you're seeing with Kyle Shanahan and CMC is that they're so what he does is use that guy in one-on-one situations because he got a George Kittle and he's not necessarily calling plays for Christian McCaffrey. He's putting him in a spot where he can command the double teams with his tight ends, his wide receivers, and then he puts CMC in opportunities where he can catch it out of the backfield. And like I said, he's not calling plays for CMC like that.
And they run a lot of crossing routes in San
They run a
Francisco.
lot of crossing routes.
See, we don't
Exactly.
have that here. It's not
Yeah,
really
because the
that many
motherfucker
crossing
won't run them. God damn it!
but like I said, I know we kind of been more focused on the offense. Like I said, I know we're gonna let OG Sam kind of got to go in on the defense. We're gonna kind of let him go in on the defense as defense.
And the crew, they gonna go live shortly too, the AFN crew. So stay tuned for that. Blackberry, I know he gonna be going, coach. They're gonna be going live shortly. But like I said, man, I think at this point, I don't know how Arthur like I said, he has to have a backup plan as far as a player, not a player, but a coach that he can bring in and say, all right, this guy's gonna help me with this offense. If he's gonna save his job, if that even if that's a possibility, that's the only way that he's gonna save himself. Because what we saw today from Taylor Heineke, man, that's inexcusable. No quarterback should be 10 for 29. That's inexcusable on any level. That is ridiculous.
34%.
34%.
That boy. Well, the way he was throwing. Hey, look, Mike. Hey, think about it. The way he was throwing the football, you thought he was shooting 3 points.
Bro, like he was out there playing shooting threes. You know that net ball that they got in Australia? That looked like he was damn doing. There wasn't no damn goal. He out there playing frisbee and shit.
Hey, look, here you go. Tyler Heineke for 3.
At the end of the day, it needed to happen this way because at the end of the day, we've said it, and it was. I don't believe in all that karma. I believe in you reap what you sow, and this Arthur Smith did it to himself. He tied his job security to Taylor Heineke. I said it. I said, you making this move for what? You putting the target on your own back. So now it's like, with you doing this, it's on you now. You said that this was the man that was going to save your job. We're going to get the job done. So at this point, this all points back to Arthur Smith. I said he did it to himself. I don't even feel bad for the brother. You did it to yourself. You said, I'm taking Ritter out because this guy is better. I was told all week long by all the fans on my channel coming at me, Taylor Heineke balled last week. What happened, you? You said he won it. You said he couldn't do it. I said, okay, that's one game. I said, Ritter won 6 games. That's one game. I said, we're going to see what he do this week. And we seen. Just like Cinderella, it turned back into a pumpkin. That clock struck 12 real quick. I kept telling people, I've seen Taylor Heineke's whole career. I said, he is not the answer. He's not coming to save this team. So it needed to happen this way because now everybody get to see what we've been saying in plain sight. We all sit there and watch this man complete 10 whole passes in 4 quarters.
No. G, you said it wrong. He pulled up from 3.
That man had that man completed 10 passes out of 29. I don't know how you save yourself. I don't even know what you say to save yourself. I really don't. That's bad, bro.
I think before he had that last completion, I think he had missed like 12 in a row or some shit.
In a row.
Cause he was downtown from 3. I'm telling you, boy, you go back and look at some of the passes, boy. Boy, that
Bruh,
boy,
I don't
boy,
know
that boy,
what the hell he
that
was looking at.
that boy,
I just don't know.
that
No,
boy,
no, we not.
that boy was Trey Young from the 3-point line, boy.
Bruh, that man was throwing Jesus ball up there. But like I said, like I said, today is where he could possibly and quite possibly has sealed his own fate because like what we saw from that quarterback position, good God Almighty, that oh my God, that was bad.
Right. But before we get off here, let me say this though. When we're talking about the experiment of what was is Desmond Ritter and Taylor Heineke, essentially the game plan was for them not to, it wasn't necessarily to win games, but just don't fuck up games. Because by doing that, you're able to focus more so of your resources on building other aspects of your team, like AKA find a replacement for a possible Jake Matthews or find a replacement for a possible Grady Jarrett. Find their heir apparents. Maybe needing another corner. Like I said, you may need another edge rusher. But the problem is because both of these guys didn't really help themselves and they really didn't help the team as far as confidently wise in the long term. Now you have to put in the back of your mind is, can we afford to stick with that plan?
No, he killed that plan today. He killed that plan. But like I said, it was single-handedly destroyed by Taylor Heineke. You can't stay with it. Bruh,
So
I don't think people realize how bad Taylor Heineke was today. That shit was like you can't defend the coach or him. Taylor Heineke was 10 for 29, bro. I
Hold
don't
on,
know
Mike.
third. I don't
Hold
know
on,
how
Mike.
third string quarterbacks ain't that bad.
I told you, boy, that boy was Giannis Antetokounmpo from the 3-point line. 3
But
brick.
K and Mike, this is my point. As bad as he was, and this is what Mike talked about Arthur Smith doubling down. As bad as he was playing, the way that Arthur Smith called plays today, it's going to expose you even more because he's not going to stop calling pass plays. So it's like, yes, he's missing open, whatever is going on, but the way that you kind of cover that up is you run the ball. That's why I
Dude,
said
the
that's
quarterback ain't gonna let you get past that quarterback. I'm just sorry. I'm not taking that for the single hand. Like, bro, he's standing in front of you. Underhand that bitch if you have to, okay? He not even
he ain't
the
lying about
ball
that.
going over 10 feet over his head. I can't get past that, dude. I cannot get past the quarterback
Because
missing the guy standing in front of you. That is just
bro, it was so bad. It made Doug Johnson look like he
bro.
looked
It
like
made
Doug.
Doug Johnson
He
and
looked
bro.
like Doug Johnson out there today.
Bro,
Yeah.
I've never seen that, dude. Like I said, I'm not disregarding you what you're saying. Run the ball. We should have ran the ball 50 times this game. I agree with that. But when a dude is literally standing, I like this. Just I don't know how you miss a guy standing right. He's right there.
right. Well, my point is he's calling the way that Arthur Smith is calling the plays. He's calling the plays like he has a franchise quarterback. And my thing is like what Kay said before when he talked about managing the game. He wasn't asking Taylor Heineke to manage the game. When you're throwing the ball more than you're running the ball, you're asking your quarterback to go out
He
there and win the
ain't
game on
throwing the
their back.
ball, dude. He throwing it in his face. He's throwing it in his face.
No, he ain't throwing it.
I'm sorry.
He's shooting it from 3.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude. It's see. I think the problem is with me, dude. I think because I'm a quarterback, it's so simple for me, and then it's like I can't fathom how a guy is literally standing in front of you and you don't see him. I think that's my problem.
No, I'm not. I understand that we on what's the funny part about it is we're on the same page. I hear what you're saying. He missed a wide open. What did I say when they first benched Ritter the first time? Didn't I tell y'all Taylor Heineke want the answer? I'm not defending neither one of them. That's the funny thing about it. The way you screaming is the way I want to scream when they took Derek off. Because I told you, I've been shots from the rooftops. It was the wrong move. It was the wrong move. It was the wrong move. Everybody kept telling me, no, Jew, just wait and see. Heineke finna show you. He finna show you. He showed us today his true colors. I keep telling everybody, it's a reason he's not in Washington. I keep telling y'all, I've seen Taylor Heineke in Virginia in college play. I've seen Taylor Heineke in Washington play. I've seen Taylor Heineke now in Atlanta play. He's the same player. He ain't nobody new. He ain't disguised as somebody else. That ain't Patrick Mahomes out there. When I seen him missing passes, I thought about when he hit Michael Walker, no covering himself, right in the chest with the ball. 2 years ago when we played in Washington. He was just standing in the middle of the field and covered his zone. He literally threw the ball directly to him, not to another. He literally threw the ball like that was his wide receiver. Michael Walker was just standing there in the middle of the field, 25 yards down the field, just standing in no man's land like he always is. And Taylor Heineke literally hit him in stride, hit him right in the chest.
Yeah.
So it ain't nothing new to me. It ain't nothing new to me. You ain't. I'm not feeling bad. I'm glad that Arthur Smith exposed himself. I'm glad that Taylor Heineke exposed himself because I've been told all week that he was the answer. That he finna do it. He finna save this team. He finna save the season. Well, we clearly
I ain't believe that shit.
We can end that. We can put the nail in that coffin.
I don't know who the fuck told you that.
I don't know about saving the season. I don't know about that.
So
I've been saying all since the first time he got benched, since Ritter got benched. Heineke ain't the answer. We just took a couple more weeks to find the truth out. Now the truth came out.
Bro, that's crazy. It's crazy. They 1-3 with Taylor Heineke at the starter, where the defense average giving up almost 30 points a game. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And even with Desmond Ritter's mistake, this team being quote unquote 6-6, defense only gave up on average of 18 points a game. Something ain't right though.
Man, look.
Something ain't right though.
I just think this coaching staff is way.
I want to put that out there in your head like that, man. Just think about that. And the 4 games that Taylor Heineke has started, the 4 games that he started, only 1 game the defense hasn't given up 30 points or close to it.
I think this offense is just too young. They don't have any veteran coaches on this team, and Arthur is just out here just free balling. I think that's the thing too. Arthur, he wants to truly be the guy that puts this offense together, and that's what's hindering him. That's what's hurting. Because I'm looking at the coaching staff, all the coaches around his age. All the coaches for the most part is around his age. And sometimes you just need some. Look, we survived. Look, we got OG True, we got OG Sam, and we got Coach. All those guys older than us. So we got younger guys, older guys. You gotta have a solid mix of veterans and young players and young staff. And that's the problem with the Falcons. You got a bunch of young guys who think they know, they think they gurus and they think they know football, and they really out here just experimenting and they look stupid doing it.
Boy.
It's up there, writing on the wall now. That's all I got to say. The writing's on the wall.
Look, Brad, people with the 199 super chat with the 3. God damn.
Like I said, I don't know how he survives. I'm just gonna be real, because like if I'm Arthur looking at that quarterback play from Taylor Heineke, man, I ain't trying to hear shit nobody else. Unless you bring me Bill Belichick or something, I don't know how Arthur Smith survives. I'm just gonna be real.
It's a wrap. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a wrap for him. I think it's over.
Bro, today like I said, was bad. Today
you
was
lose to the Bears 37-17. Oh, it's a wrap. That's the reason why Arthur Blank said I ain't got to say nothing else. Ain't nothing else need to be said. Y'all seen what that product? It's a wrap.
Look, D. Coleman said Mike Brennan, Heineke from 3. Bang!
Please don't ever use that name again. I don't want to talk about Taylor Heineke. But I look again. We already said everybody was like his career over with in Atlanta. Like to be honest, even then I said he didn't help himself. So the way the fans don't, really surround Ritter, they I, for the most part, I think being that a lot of the fans, I don't want to say most, but a lot of the fans, they really don't support him. I don't see him coming back, but he didn't do himself any favor. But at the same time, when you got Taylor Heineke, look, there's always a chance that he can
so,
get right back in there.
Mike, so pretty much what you're saying is we're gonna have 3 new quarterbacks for the Falcons next year. The way it looking like.
I don't know how Arthur Smith survives. I'll just stay that. I'll just say I don't know, but I just don't see how he survives. I don't know what you again. I don't know what you can tell Arthur Smith to say. I know what I'm doing after what I saw from Taylor Heineke today. This is worse than Desmond Ritter, anything Desmond Ritter has ever done. This was bad.
Mm-hmm. Think about that. So we're gonna have 3 new quarterbacks for the Falcons next year. We got a 4.99 super chat popcorn guest that should we draft the quarterback or go after Russell Wilson? I say do both.
Yeah, do both.
I say whatever the next coach want. I will keep Terry Fontenot, Arthur Smith. See you later. I keep Terry Fontenot, the next coach, and him and Terry Fontenot. Y'all decide what y'all want to do at quarterback. But I feel like it's going to be some cleaning. It's going to be some house cleaning being done.
I'm gonna tell you, but the problem is going to be is regardless of what you do is do. And Mike and Juice said it earlier in the show. Do you trust Arthur Smith enough as a head coach to be able to handle that?
Nope.
Because the thing is, a lot of people don't talk about with Russell Wilson. Like I said, he would actually be a cheaper option and a better option to mentor a younger quarterback than what we see from Taylor Heineke.
See, the thing is,
like I said, Dez ain't doing himself no favors, but you learn from Taylor Heineke and Marcus Mariota.
Exactly. That's what I mean. You like see the thing is not the fact that Arthur doesn't know. Or it's like it ain't even the fact that we lost. The thing is like he's showing that he's incompetent when it comes down to the quarterback position. That's the thing. He's incompetent. So if you incompetent with one of the most important positions on a football team, it's like you're destined to fail.
Yep. You said it best, Mike. You got to go. If you can't get the job done, this is a business. We keep saying it over and over again. It's a business. It ain't nothing personal. I don't personally have no hard feelings towards Arthur Smith or nobody. I don't like to see nobody lose a job. But at the end of the day, he's showing us that he can't do the job. And that was my whole issue. I said Ritter couldn't do the job. He got benched. And this is something that Terrence Mathis said on his show. Who's going to hold the head coach accountable? That's going to be Arthur Blank. That's what Arthur Blank said. I ain't got nothing to say. Because guess what? He going to have a meeting with Arthur Smith personally, and he don't want us to hear what that conversation going to be like, because it ain't going to be pretty. I'm going to tell you straight up. After today's performance, and a lot of things that people are not looking at, and I know they'll hit on this on the later show, so I'm not going to get into it with the defense and all of that, but also we kind of overlooking that Arthur Smith is not just an offensive coordinator. He's the head coach of the whole team. So this ugly performance that K-Style talked about, that all 3 phases got outplayed, he got an answer for that too. It ain't just Ryan Nielsen, why the defense won't doing this. And, the special teams coach, why the special teams wasn't doing that. No, Arthur Smith oversees all of that. So at the end of the day, the buck's going to stop with him, and it's going to start with him at the end of the day. So they're going to hit on that later. But that's what I want to say when it comes to that is it all goes back to Arthur Smith. Not just we focusing on the offense because he's the offensive coordinator, but he oversees everything because he should be overseeing everything. So I'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You failed on 2, and the thing is, you failed on 2 quarterbacks in the season. I was like, it just got worse. This is worse than anything Desmond Ritter ever done this year. That's the thing. It's worse than and like I said, the thing is whether or not it can get better. What you pulled with Taylor Heineke today, this dude was 10 for 29. I don't think that any quarterback this year has had this bad of a game.
4-3.
This was pathetic, man.
Ryan Peoples with the 199 super chat said might see 3 new head coaches in the division. Like I said, we don't know, man. We don't know.
Hopefully we get past well, it won't be we'll still have a way to go as far as the year. So hopefully 2024 we'll probably have some answers. But like you said, I just don't think you can I don't think you can sell the head coach, the head guy on you knowing what you're doing with a quarterback position. Like I said, you can be a great position coach, offensive line run game coach, but when you have, and I'm getting repetitive. Today,
Yeah,
today for Taylor Heineke was so bad. Like, I don't think people realize how bad this was. This was bad, bro.
look, Michael Walker here said 4 quarterbacks in 3 years.
I mean,
And then this is crazy too because Mucho said Russ or Kirk is the best vet option out there, and we actually put the list out there, and that is true, which is crazy for me because these are my fantasy football go-to quarterbacks every year, which is very interesting in that standpoint. But I digress from that. But like you said, eventually what's going to happen? Like you said, what's going to have to end up happening is okay. What you gonna do? And whatever you got, whatever you have a plan, you got to stand on it. You haven't stood on your game plan all year. You gonna have to stand on a decision now.
I think it's already made. Like I said, I don't see how you. This ain't good at all. It's just not good. There's nothing you could say that's gonna make people believe that it's the answer. Like you're the answer. They're good. They're never going to forget this.
You
But
know,
you can't forget it. He was 10 for 29, motherfucker. 34%. That's bad, bro. That's bad.
at the end of the day, man, we about to wrap it up here. At the end of the day, but he
What?
said, like you said, they all don't grow on trees. It is always gonna be a process to find one.
Yes, sir.
You had one for 14 years and you wanted them gone after year 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at us.
Right back in that.
And this is something that Falcon fans have not seen in their entirety. Is uncertainty at the one position where we've had certainty since 2001. And in the last 2 years, it's been so uncertain that it's driving people mad. So, y'all got any final words you want to say, man?
You did it to yourself.
You see, Drew had to pop in and out. He looking like, yeah. You
Yeah.
see me.
For the consequences.
Yep. I ain't got nothing else to say. But Coach Smith, pack your bags. That's all I got to say. The reckoning is coming. Pack them. Pack your stuff up. It's a wrap. Pack it up. Because at this point, I mean, the writing's on the wall. Like I said, it's just like when we knew Dan Quinn time was up. This ended ugly. When he talked about that collapse, Arthur Blank talked about, I want to see how this team competes down the stretch. I seen enough. When I was watching the game, I was like, yep, this one of them games, just like when I was watching that Raiders game, and I said, yeah, they down 45-0 at the half. Oh, yeah, the Chargers coach can pack his stuff. He don't even worry about taking the plane back with the team. That's over with. And I feel like the same thing with this situation. I feel like he did it to himself. It's over. Arthur Blank held his tongue for a reason because it won't nothing good finna come out.
He had to put on. I'm gonna throw your ass in a late Lanier suit on. Oh man, I ain't gonna do it like that, man. So like I said, at the end of the day, man, y'all, man, hey, it is what it is, and the earth is not flat, motherfucker. Because if that's the case, there would be no axis to turn around. But Tony Hall got the $5 super chat. Oh yeah, you know when you see somebody, you see that name in there, you know what that was gonna come in. So was it me or in all the years losses the Falcons opponents seem to have season highs after playing the Falcons?
That wasn't a season high. They've had better game this year. Today, the thing is, it just Heineke was just so bad, man. It was like he didn't even give us a chance to win. Like we still had opportunities to come back in this game, but he was out there floating. Goddamn, he out there playing frisbee with goddamn Rover instead of actually throwing ball.
No. But I think at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. Took another L.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the same crew. I don't know when they supposed to be. What time they supposed to be coming on? But we'll see. We'll see. But we got a hell of a week coming up for y'all. So until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
Oh no,
we here to stay.
Oh yeah.
You ain't gotta go home.
But Arthur Smith might be the fuck up out of here.
And even after this game, I still ain't taking Justin Fields, so y'all can kiss all of my ass on that.
Yeah, that bullshit. I'm good on that.
I ain't spending $260 million on that.
Nah, good.